Another day, another story. English literature has a long and varied history, stretching back over a millennium. The earliest surviving works in English are epic poems such as Beowulf, which was composed in the Anglo-Saxon period, between the 8th and 11th centuries. The Anglo-Saxon period also saw the creation of other important works such as the Exeter Book, a collection of Anglo-Saxon poetry. In the Middle Ages, the Norman conquest of England in 1066 brought with it the influence of French literature and culture. One of the most important works of this period was Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, a chivalric romance written in the late 14th century. The Renaissance period, which began in the 16th century, saw a flowering of English literature, with the works of playwrights such as William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Ben Jonson, as well as poets such as Edmund Spenser and John Donne. The 17th century was marked by the English Civil War and the rise of the Puritan movement, which had a significant impact on English literature. The period saw the emergence of important religious works such as John Milton's Paradise Lost, as well as the development of the novel, with writers such as Aphra Behn and Daniel Defoe. The 18th century was a time of great social and intellectual change, known as the Enlightenment. Writers such as Samuel Johnson, Jonathan Swift, and Alexander Pope were prominent during this period, as were the novelists Samuel Richardson and Henry Fielding. The Romantic period, which began in the late 18th century, saw a renewed interest in nature and the imagination. Poets such as William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and John Keats were prominent during this time, as were novelists such as Jane Austen and Sir Walter Scott. The Victorian era, which began in the mid-19th century, saw a focus on morality and social issues in literature. Writers such as Charles Dickens, the Bronte sisters, and George Eliot were prominent during this period, as were poets such as Alfred, Lord Tennyson and Robert Browning. The 20th century saw a wide range of literary movements and styles, from modernism to postmodernism. Prominent writers of the period included Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, T.S. Eliot, and William Faulkner, as well as poets such as W. H. Auden and Dylan Thomas. Today, English literature continues to evolve and change, with new voices and perspectives emerging all the time. Thanks for watching.